Welcome back. It's been a while. I could explain that, but today it's cold. It's been like 10 degrees and I have a bunch of frozen waters. So yesterday the power went off at about 5:30 in the morning and it came back on at about 9:30. So the power's off. So I've got a lot of frozen things I've got to get unfrozen and watered today. Anyway, Jesse, welcome to American Beef Ranch. Like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell for more videos. We have a lot of exciting things coming in 2022, and I think you guys are going to like it. But first off, or today, let's get the cows and the horses watered, and then we're going to worm the horses. So yeah, let's get to it. So with the year that we had and just everything going on in the world, we had kind of a difficult first year ranching. I don't want to say it was terrible, because it wasn't, and it was definitely not great. It wasn't good, but we're still here. A lot of things have changed, and you're going to see a lot of changes in 2022, a lot of improvements, and kind of a different direction for the ranch. So that's exciting, and I want you guys to stay tuned, because at the end of 2022, we have really big things coming, like huge things coming. So anyway, first things first, I'm gonna check and see if this hydrant is frozen or not, because what happened is the power went out, and so there's water. Usually there's a little drip system that keeps water flowing so it doesn't freeze because it's flowing constantly. And the power went out, so there's no pressure anymore to pump the water, and then that system, the water just sits in the hose and in the hydrant, so it freezes, which is what happens. So we have a frozen hydrant, a frozen hose, frozen float. And anyway, if this hydrant works, we're going to move the tank here for now until I can figure out a better way to do things. So I'm going to see if this is frozen. Decided to put my hood on because it's quite cold. Uh-oh. It's not good. It does not bode well for me getting it fixed. This really sucks. So the reason I like the tank here is because I live right there. So for the tank being where the tank was, I could look out of my daughter's bedroom window and see that it was unfrozen and that the water was working and all of that. And now it looks like I'm going to have to move it down over the hill to another well, which is fine. I mean, it's not going to hurt nothing. It's just that I can't see it. I can easily see it. It's taking more time and more effort. I got to go check it more often to be sure, which is fine. I guess I'll just check it. So here's the tank. And I'm going to gather up some of this equipment and stuff I need, and I guess I'm going to take it down over the hill. So change of plans. We're headed to my mom's house. They live a mile away, and I'm gonna grab a propane burner and try to defrost the hydrants that way, because usually when they freeze, like at the bottom of a hydrant there's a hole, like a peephole, that helps drain the water out of it so it doesn't freeze, because they're frost free. And they usually just freeze right at the top, kind of where they connect the hose. That's why you're supposed to take the hose off the hydrant. So I'm gonna go do that, but I wanted to let you guys know we have some really exciting news. We signed a contract to be a fertilizer distributor. Now, some of you guys are like, well, that's kind of not really your thing, but the fertilizer is natural. It literally, the base product is mined from the ground, and then so if you know fertilizer or anything about it, the NPK, the nitrogen in NPK is coming from chicken manure. So we take chicken manure that's been processed into a little pellet, and we mix it into the base product, and then we apply it. It's organic. It's really good stuff. It's the science behind it's good and solid, and also just everything that's in it. It's not really comparable to anything else in the market. So it's it's really awesome. It's really good stuff. I'm excited for that to, you know, especially this year with fertilizer prices being astronomical. So if you are a farmer in the Western United States and you don't know what to do about fertilizer, or you know somebody who's been complaining about fertilizer, you guys can just like leave a comment in the video below, or you can go to our website, abfranch.com. I'll put a link in the description. And there's a contact page there. Just put in the contact page, you know, and send me an email that way, and we'll get back to you quickly. That email comes, those emails come all directly to my phone, so I'll see them like pretty much instantly. And we can get people set up with stuff that's going to run 100 to 150 an acre compared to the other guys, which is a lot more. Anyway, so yeah, you'll see plenty more videos on the fertilizer. It sounds like it's going to be a pretty good, awesome. It's going to be a pretty good deal. We're going to be able to make some money doing it, and we're also going to be able to help a lot of guys out because of just the way the world is working nowadays. So I'm going to grab this propane burner, and then we'll make some sparks and flame and see if we can get some stuff defrosted. I hope. I really hope. Don't know if you guys can hear the coyotes, but got the propane burner, and basically just gonna try to warm it up. Usually these freeze up here at the top, and we're not trying to heat them up to their cherry red or anything. We're just trying to heat it up to get the water to flow, because once water flows, this one, yeah, once water flows, it will start coming out. So this one probably be able to get pretty quick, like. And there we go. So I went along the hose, and down here it switches to a smaller hose, and I just kind of went along and bent the hose and kind of cracked some ice, because there wasn't a whole lot of ice in it. And I found the one spot that it cracked, and then I heard the water come and hit. So it sounds like, and we got a dribble, it's dripping, and in there, I don't know. Oh, you heard it there. I can feel the water pushing stuff, but there's ice right there, and I think we can get this out of here. So I got it fixed. I went and got another hose because that hose was really frozen. But anyway, this little white thing right here is called a freeze miser. This is what we use to keep the water flowing. So when the float down here closes, this thing, when it gets below freezing, allows a drip depending on how cold it is. You see it's open right now. That's because it was cold. It was out in the air. But eventually that'll slow down and it'll stop spitting water. But what it does is it allows water to flow constantly so the hose won't freeze. And this is 100 feet. So we've had 100 feet from that hydrant to here, and we've been down to 10 degrees and haven't had any problems. I've used these for 2 years now, the freeze misers, and haven't had any issues with it. That's what it looks like. And you see it's constantly slowing down. We really like them, especially for portable water, like where you're changing stuff all the time. And this is where they're going to stay this winter. We don't have a nice water, so we're just going to feed them out, or water them out of this water tank. But yeah, it works really well for us. So in a minute, that thing will close off while the water's flowing out of the float. And then once it floats, stops. If it gets too cold, it'll open up and allow a drip of water. There is a downside though. If you're able to, it's best to mount the float a little lower in the tank, because that drip can overflow. your tank and cause a mess like we got here. So if you can mount the float a little low in the tank, you know, 6 inches from the top or something, it's probably a good idea. So there is that. But other than that, it's a really good option for a non-permanent water tank that you need to not freeze in the winter. So yeah, and like I said, I have it right here so I can come to that window, look out that window, and I can see that the freeze miser is dripping, and then that the water's good, and I can see that the tank's not frozen over. So I'll put those in the link in the description. And yeah, so on to the next one. Round 2. Water's fixed. That's good. Thanks for watching the video. It may have been short, but maybe you learned something. We'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned. More cow stuff. And all sorts of other stuff coming. A lot of fence. But yeah, thanks for watching. Check out the links in the description. We'll see you next time.